Hey everyone, this is Noblarst, and this is part 2 of Boba Fett's daughter made by Right Knight Customs. So, this here is going to be the figure portion of this figure, because last time in episode 2, I don't know why I said episode 2, the first part of this video that I made was basically the vehicle and some of the accessories. If you haven't seen that video yet, I'll put a link in this corner, so click on that and it'll take you to the first part of this video where I showed you the vehicle, and then you can come back and watch this one, which is showing you the character. So if you want, you can watch them out of order, doesn't matter, but that's the option if you want it. So I'm also going to show you the inside of the vehicle that I did not get to show you in the last video because the character was there and I didn't want to go through the process of taking the character out. So the inside of this is really cool too. Actually, that black is not going to show up. This is the cockpit of the vehicle. And if you can see up front, there's almost like some, not buttons, but it's just this really awesome piece right here. And then it does actually have a button there, and then two things that pop out right there, which are really awesome. If I can get it to focus. So that is the inside. It also has a little reflector in the center. I'm not sure if that's like a mirror. Some kind of hologram, but he did put some pretty cool details. Those two pieces are reflective, which is really awesome. You can see different colors that they give off. But that is the inside of the cockpit. Thought you would like to see that. The character just sat down in there, very simple. And then these two controls, they actually do move. It's just like when their hands are there, it's hard to move it, but these are the thrusters. They do move up and down, which is really cool. Just, you know, extra detail. Why not? Might as well. So yeah, really cool vehicle. Go check the video out. So moving on to the main attraction. This here is Boba Fett's daughter, made with Mandalorian armor. So this armor is totally different from what I use, because he uses the natural color of pieces and things. So I think the only thing painted on this figure is probably the face, which this lighting might not do it justice. I'll have to get it closer to the face. But most of everything on here is just left the natural color of the figure, or the material that you see. But this figure has so much detail, it is unbelievable. So that is the 360. If you guys want to stick around for the whole thing, I'll go into detail and show you. Try to get a little bit closer to some of the figure, but this is pretty much what the figure looks like. And I have all these really cool attachments. So if you want to see all that, stay tuned. If you just want to get a glimpse of this really cool figure, then there it was. So moving on, I'm just going to go ahead and start with my way of doing things. The boots here are the same metal that were used for parts of the speed bike, this mesh kind of metal, which is really cool, bent around for the boots. Now, a lot of this fabric and stuff in here, and these knee pads, there's another knee pad that's supposed to be here, but it got lost. This one here is magnetic, because when she is sitting down, her legs can bend, so that's why the knee pads were movable. Again, these magnets are embedded into the plastic, as you can see, so it doesn't stick out, which is really cool. And then I had to put on the belt. This belt piece was separate, and of course the belt held a lot of pieces that it can't have when it is sitting in the cockpit. So really cool features on this belt. Got a lot of packs and supplies and things like that. On the side here, you can see I try to raise this hand, or this whole arm. Actually, that piece is in the way. It has a really cool thermal detonator, probably the coolest one I've seen. I need to get, okay, I'm just going to take this out of the way. This is magnetic, for those, spoiler alert, that's magnetic. But a really cool thermal detonator, made out of metal, of course, because everything he did is metal. He's a really good metal worker. So that is connected to the belt. And while I'm here, I'll show you the leg. Now, like I said before in the last video, he's really good at taking apart watches, and watches have a ton of little gears and small pieces of metal, and that is where all this came from for the side of the leg. So it's almost like all the armor is just, it's almost like that future warrior type stuff, how it's all gears and electronics and it's totally like souped up and everything. And both sides have a nice display of that type of technology. All throughout here, these cogs and things like that. And even the back, he has some stuff like that as well. And I'm going to go ahead and start with this arm because it is really, really cool. It is my favorite. Actually, to get it back, the other arm is my favorite just because I like the gladiator style armor. Or at least that's what I see when I see this gold. It's like that knightish sort of look. So I'm going to try to get close to this so you can see the amount of detail in this arm, because I normally count the pieces of armor. There's probably like maybe 20 pieces or so just on this arm alone. So this one arm has roughly the amount that one of my smaller whole figures would have. So there's just a ton of detail in this arm. I'm going to try to spin it around so you can see the detail. There's just layers upon layers of just gadgets and armor pieces. Like this armor has been like over the years, she's just kind of added new pieces to it and just upgraded it, and things have changed. A lot of it's battle damage. It's just years and years of wear and tear on this suit, which is super cool. And then this right here is magnetic. It's magnetic in two parts, I believe. This right here does come off. I don't know if this is supposed to be like a shuriken type thing that it's like a blade for her arm that she can kind of... This actually looks like a walkie-talkie, and it's super hard magnet, and it won't let go of my tweezer bees. Let go. So that's the arm without that piece on. There's up on the shoulder. So not to spend too much time on this one arm, but it is really cool. And then this piece goes back like so. I feel like that can go anywhere because of the magnets on it. And then this goes on to that. So that's a really cool weapon. Again, all the material and pieces that he uses, he finds and makes, and so this is basically one of a kind. None of this can be replicated. And then the chest here is really awesome circuitry that he found. This here serves a purpose, which I'll show you in just a minute. But really cool chest here. And then these pieces are wrapping around the shoulder, almost like a pauldron. This is like a steampunk futuristic pauldron going on here, all the way to the back of the figure. But this arm here doesn't have a lot of magnetic fancy things, but the color of it is beautiful. I love the color of this shoulder pad. Try to get the focus now. The shoulder pad here, see how it's like the gold cog that he bent over that, almost like a copper, like a dark brown copper material. That is also metal that he put over or underneath of the shoulder pad. And then that same kind of pattern goes right here. So he bent this metal, the gold, around that other color. So it kind of has two layers to it. And then of course the gold armor is layered like a knight. His armor would be, and I think there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's about 6 different layers of armor here in this one shoulder or one arm. And then of course it is fully posable, which is really cool. So she can hold her weapon in her hand. But just a really cool arm altogether. And then of course these little tassels here do move. And then I will get to the head because I'm going to need to take that off so I can show you some of the features on the back. This head here is painted. He hand painted the face with these eyes. These beautiful, beautiful eyes. So I haven't done eyes, I haven't done faces in a long time, but he was really good at it. So he painted this face, and then of course the helmet, or the head, is black. So it's like the mask that she's wearing underneath her suit. And then this metal comm link over here by her mouth, right there, that piece of metal. And then it goes down right there. I'm not sure if I can get it from an angle. Might be able to see it. It does have the cool little comm link. Her hair, her golden hair, which is insane, is actually metal as well. So she has really cool hair, just a really cool, I guess, concept for this type of hair. Really, really beautiful. Cool figure altogether. I'm going to go ahead and show you the weapons, but I'm going to show you the weapons with the helmet portion of this figure on. So I'm going to go ahead and take off her head. Off with her head. So this is the head. You can see how that is metal. It shines. Solid gold. He did not use solid gold. Just saying it because I can. I'm going to go ahead and slap on this really cool jetpack, which I will show you. Of course, this jetpack is handmade. Really, really cool. So, a lot better than the one that Lego made. Lego's is pretty cool, but it's really, this one is epic for a handmade custom jetpack. Fits on the figure like so. Let me get the head. Well, I'm going to show you the helmet, and then I'm going to put the helmet on. This helmet has so much detail. It's crazy how much detail this helmet has. So this is an actual Mandalorian helmet from the Mandalorian Battle Pack. As soon as it focuses, I will show you slowly, but surely it will focus. Okay, so now he kind of has the same color scheme for this helmet as he does with the speed bike, with these teals and golds color. It has this kind of a copper tone in this cheek piece, and then gold going around, and then that really beautiful teal color. Of course, he has the metal spiky arrows on the helmet, like all Mandalorians, and then this really nice metal fin pattern that goes up and around the back of the helmet. And then this copper here is actually really thin metal that he bent around the helmet. So all that copper you see is bent around the helmet right here. And then I'm going to move this. The rangefinder actually does move. It has a movable rangefinder, which is metal and has a little red dot right there in the center, which is really cool. And then this pattern he has on the helmet is so nice. It's just like a really ornate gold design that he painted on here. I thought I was the better painter, but this here looks really awesome. I don't think I could ever do that. At least not yet. I am learning still. But this is a really nice paint job on this helmet. Super awesome. There's a lot going for it. It's the side. If it focuses. And then of course the rangefinder will go back up. And then the other side. So just a lot of bells and whistles. And this is the first time I've ever attached it to the body. So fingers crossed. I'm going to see if this works. Oh, sweet. I didn't even notice this feature. He does have a neck guard on. I'll take off this body. He does have a neck guard on this figure, but it's like a metal copper band. I never noticed that before. You can see it. It's blurry, but it's there, which is really cool. I never noticed. So put that on, and then the helmet. Bam. So this is her in her helmeted stage, ready for war. Probably the coolest Mandalorian you'll ever see. No offense to other customizers, but this is by far the coolest Mandalorian that I've ever seen. And I make some pretty cool stuff, so that's saying a lot. So this is her with her helmet on, and then we're going to go ahead and add some attachments. So I'm going to take the backpack, or the jetpack, off. The jetpack does have... I thought I heard something roll around. Nope, we're good. So the jetpack does have an attachment for the flame. It has this really awesome metal flame attachment that comes out of it. So if you want to go flying around, you can just attach this, and then it's not going to work unless I'm holding the figure, which I guess I might as well. So this is the attached flame. Really beautiful color. This is the actual color of the metal. This hasn't been painted or anything. Really, really cool. So that's like, you got that going. So this figure despite all the stuff that's on it, you can play with it. Well, it's very posable with all these features. I don't know if I'd want to play with it because it has a lot of stuff on it, and knowing me, I'd probably break it. But it does have a lot of cool features to use. So that is the first one. The gun, which I showed you earlier, that fit on the side of the vehicle, fits into her hand like so. Really cool gun, but this gun has 2 barrels, so therefore it gets 2 blasters. So it has these really cool blasters that come out, just the extra detail. So if you're trying to set up a scene or whatnot, you have these 2 blasters to go by. Pew, 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 pew. It probably sounded a little bit cooler than that, but you know, I'm just trying to add some sound effects for dramatic effect. So that is that. Really, really cool gun. Give me your gun. Come on, come on. There we go. Really cool pistols made out of metal, which is really nice. And then the handle is wood that has been burnt to give it a really dark, give it a really nice look. Focus. There's a better view in part 1 of this video, so go check that out. Alrighty, so moving on to the next weapon. Is this one might take a minute to set up, and I know this video is really long, so I do apologize for that. One of these days I'm going to get really good at editing, and I can cut out all the stuff that I don't want in this video. All the times I say I can cut out and cut through to when it's actually cool to watch. So why I'm trying to put this in this hand, if I had some elevator music to play while I was doing this, I would, but I don't. But like I said, one of these days I'll get good at editing, and hopefully this will be more entertaining. I'm trying. But he has like a really, or she has a really cool lightsaber / vibroblade. It's just a little tricky to get into the arm because the way the handle was made, I'm actually going to show you it first so you can understand what I'm trying to do here. This really cool yellow vibroblade is the weapon that I'm trying to put into her hand, and it has this supply pack that feeds into the yellow blade. This is all metal, of course, nothing but the best. And this handle is actually wrapped metal around a metal handle. So, and then the cool thing is that if you turn it off, that you're just holding it like this. So yeah, really awesome feature to be able to take the blade out if you don't want it. I'm sorry for this not focusing. My camera's just being stupid. If I could get a better camera, I would, but I is poor, so I can't get one. So I make do with what I got. So this is the weapon. I'm trying to put it into her hand because it's cool, and I want to show you. So, hold it. Firmly grasp it. Okay, so there we go. There we go. Okay, and that goes there. And this does that. There's going to be like a behind the scenes video, and it's going to be me trying to do all this stuff. Because I have a secondary cameraman who is recording me recording the Legos. So when my stuff goes on TV, then you guys can see like behind the scenes. Jonathan, I wish you were here because you could do this a lot better than I could. Okay, so, haha! Victory, Screech! So this is the weapon in her hand when she is in kick butt mode, and the supply pack hooks right here onto the belt, and then you have your weapon, which is really cool because she has a ton of weapons. She has the scythe thingy, death blades on her arm. The vehicle isn't enough. She has a droid that can kill anything. This really awesome lightsaber weapon right here. The jetpack to be able to fly. I took the jetpack off. The jetpack, which also has a missile. And then once she doesn't want to use this anymore, which who wouldn't? She has this weapon, which is really, really awesome in itself. I feel like this weapon should belong like in a display case somewhere. Really, really cool futuristic Star Wars weapon. like an axe, hammer, pike thingy. Now, I don't know if I can get this in her hand. I'm going to attempt it. I'm afraid. Ooh, okay. Yeah, there we go. So there's just weapons galore, man. So basically, you don't want to run across Boba Fett's daughter. If you have a bounty on your head, you are dunzos. She gonna get you. This is like the coolest weapon I've seen. I love the color scheme with this. I love the fact this is real metal and it's really thick, and it gives this weapon a really nice weight to it. Of course, all of his stuff he does not go cheap with, so this figure definitely gonna have all the bells and whistles. And then last but not least for the features, she does have a really cool cape, which I hope I can put this on right. I'm going to do my best. So the cape hooks to the front of the chest, like so, and then goes around, and this does that, and those go there. Okay, yeah, alrighty. So the cape hooks to the front of the chest, like I just mentioned, right there, and then flows around back, which I think I got that right, and it has all of these tassel-y thingies. I think they're supposed to go over that, or just hang down off to the side. Jonathan, if I'm doing this wrong, forgive me. I can make another video. I'll delete this one and no one will ever see it again. But if that's how it's supposed to go, then that is awesome. So this is the cape for the figure, and then I do believe the jetpack can go on at the same time. We'll go and give it a try. Bam! It does. So this warrior is set for battle, and yes, this is Boba Fett's daughter and her Mandalorian armor. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this custom. This video is a little bit harder for me to do because it is not my own, but I hope I did it justice. Jonathan, if you saw this, let me know what you think. Everybody else, if you saw it, give this video a thumbs up. You know what to do. Hitchhike it if you like it. And I will leave a link in the description right here as well to his channel. Go check it out. Give him some support. Pressure him into making Legos again because I want to see more of his stuff. So, with that being said, again, click here to see part 1 if you want to see that. And then hopefully tomorrow I'll get out the contest winner first prize thingy. I'll show you the video for that. And then maybe a tutorial. So yes, with that being said, everyone have an awesome day. God bless. I'll see you later. Also, don't forget, if you're the first person to leave a comment on my video, you'll get a shout out, which I'll put right up in here. So yeah, and also fist pound that subscribe button. Helps me out a whole lot. And then in the future, I'll be showing you guys more of his customs. If you liked this one, he has a lot of other customs. Just give you a little glimpse really fast of what he has. He has this really cool one right there. And then all of those. So yes, if you want to see more of those, subscribe and I will get those videos out to you. Alrighty guys, I'll see you later. Bye. Focus. There we go.